I'll start off by saying GW, George Washington, I thought outplayed us tonight. They played a very good game and made some shots that, going almost 50% from three. I think hurt us quite a bit. We didn't take advantage of a lot of the opportunities that we actually had. We didn't make the shots or the plays when we had gotten the game sped up to a certain extent. And so we will move forward. At least I can say I'm hoping that we were able to move forward and play again. Times past, you lose here and you go home and you move on. But at least I think this team, has some life left in us. A couple days off will be actually pretty good for us because it looked like our legs on some of our threes weren't quite there. And I'm not too happy. It's been an emotional kind of start with the St. Louis game into this game, and even last night versus Rhodey. They got a little emotional. Everybody's putting a little trying to win maybe a little too hard.
Chaz, is it concerning to you at all that you guys were a little bit inconsistent, especially early last night and tonight, to not play as well as you guys have played this season?
Yeah, it's a little frustrating. Max Isho has actually been carrying the load, honestly. And for, our sixth man or the seventh man off the bench to be carrying the load, that's not real good to the guys that's starting the game. And, we all understand what we have to do. And, man, like Coach just said, we just going to have to just sit and wait. Hopefully Sunday it's all good, everything is good, and we get our name called.
You feel confident that's going to happen?
Yeah, I feel tremendously confident about it. We played some tough teams this year. We beat some great teams, and, now it's all about passing our test.
Chaz, I want to go back to that sequence of events at the end of the first half where they went on a little 5-0 run. What did that do to the team mentally going into the half? Because you guys were making a run at the end, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's up to 9.
It didn't do much to us. We've been in that situation before, but it hurts a lot more when you trying to make stops and then you stopping the guys and then here they come with a nice run. So it always hurts just to know like you're doing good and then they overpower it.
Chaz, did you feel at all like you had to take matters into your own hands a little more late in the second half?
I just had to make plays. Nobody on my team was scoring the ball, so I just had to make plays. Whole first half I was trying to get guys involved and just keep them going. But, the second half, I seen nobody really was making shots but here and there. But, I just wanted to get it going, and then hopefully they picked up off of me.
Well, I mean, what concerned me is, we had to play those 2 games back-to-back. I thought that wasn't perfect for us. We didn't have a lot of time to prepare. So hopefully with a little more time to prepare in the tournament, we'll be a little sharper, and hopefully we'll make some shots. That would be beneficial to throw some balls in the basket.
Is playing that 1-3 playing against that 1-3-1 particularly hard with no time to prepare?
Yeah, that was difficult. Really, what was difficult, honestly, was the end of the first half. That drove me to insanity. Actually, it was not fun in the locker room because we cut it to 4. The flow of the game was our way. I thought we had them right, kind of where we wanted them, and kind of a couple just non-smart basketball plays gave them the momentum going into halftime. And then even in the second half, when we got the flow going the way I thought was beneficial for us, they actually took advantage of it and made the shots, and we didn't make them. So, I mean, we had to have Clyde and Demetrius come in to make threes. Everybody else, I think, was 4 for 21 or something along those lines. So, right here.
Hey, Coach, did you ever think you'd have to prepare for a game like that from Mikic?
No. We've known he's been a good shooter for a long time, but that 9 points in the first half, actually, that kind of propelled them and gave them some confidence. I thought we were guarding him pretty well, and that they actually were running things for him was a little surprising. But he's a good player. He gives them another weapon. And as you can see, when you can make some 3-pointers, I think that loosens things up. That opens the game up for him. Here.
You said guys are maybe trying to do a little too much. What do you do over the next couple of days to just kind of rein that in? Because obviously
you're right. And I talked about maybe having a little too much honest because I thought our whole staff, myself included, we were a little probably too emotional because, I really wanted to win the tournament. I wanted to play well. I wanted to get our guys prepared for the next step. I think our staff and even the players maybe were a little more tense than normal. And so there'll be a lot of reflection and. I think coming into the NCAA tournament, our guys will be ready. We're gonna calm down a little bit and play our game and concentrate on defense and rebounding instead of worrying about scoring the ball.
Derek, you spent almost the whole 2 days trailing. How tiring is that for a team, and how much do you have to adjust the game plan that you mapped out when they're always playing from behind?
Well, we hadn't pressed as much this year as we've pressed in years past, which will change next year for anybody who's wondering. With that being said, when we're playing the kind of style and trying to come back, we're pressing, and I didn't think we took it. I'll tell you what, I will say this, Ron. The game, even though it wasn't the way I wanted it to be, the pace was where it needed to be for a while there, and I haven't been in one of those in a while where we didn't take advantage of it. About 17 different times, and then they made a few big plays, and ones and a couple threes. So I think if we're going to press like that in the NCAA tournament, the next 3 or 4 days will be definitely a little more up tempo and trying to get it in faster.
Derek, you mentioned the emotions of the past couple days, and it's probably only going to heighten going into Sunday. It's been a while since teams gone into a selection Sunday, altogether to watch like that. In this
when
sense.
we're getting
in this sense, yeah.
Year.
How do you think the team will handle that in the coming days, coming off a disappointing loss like this, going into something so special like that?
Well, I explained to him that in a weird way that UMass hasn't been to the NCAA tournament for me in 15 years is like come on, we're UMass, we should be there, and so let's not go in there like that's good enough that everybody's excited we're there. No, I want to go and try to win, and so that's the message. I think they're going to take on my demeanor over the next 4 or 5 days, which is going to be we're going to be loose, but we're going to be sharp, and we're going to play the way we need to play. That's happening now. Whether we win or lose, I hope we win, but they're going to take on the way I want their personalities and their kind of mental approach is going to be.
How much of a silver lining is Maxie's play?
He's been great. As you can see, when we play a little more up and down, a little more freelance or freewheeling and pressing, he's fantastic. He might be the best one-man press in the country. And so that would be one of the reasons, too, for next year. We're going to be pressing more because I'm hoping he'll be on the front of that pressing on the ball. But come NCAA tournament time, if he's got more legs and is bouncier and is playing better defense than the other guys, then he's going to play. I mean, he's really our sixth starter, and he's just behind a couple guys that are seniors, and I'm not one that likes to just change lineups to say I'm changing them because I think he's deserving to either start or play 29 minutes a game.
All right, 2 more.
Given the boost Demetrius gave you there in the second half, do you sort of wish you went deeper into your bench earlier, or is that?
Yeah, I mean, I think about that all the time. Early in the season, I should say, not earlier in the game. I look back on it and reflect, but it was going so kind of well, and it looked like everything was going well. I kind of wanted to stay with the older guys and the guys that have been there. But I do think it would have been nice to have worked one more shooter in, whether it's Demetrius, Clyde, or even Seth. Those guys have practiced fantastic all year. I mean, I'm proud of Demetrius, Seth, Jabari, Clyde, and even Zach Coleman. Those guys have been great, and I'm looking forward to someday being in a similar position with those guys being juniors and seniors.